Greetings, welcome to video 3, where we now have our frequency data from the fake and real news headlines into Minitab. And now we're going to do a statistic called factor analysis that will help us see if we can actually find large patterns that discriminate fake and real news. So statistically, we're going to do a multivariate factor analysis. We're going to look at all the variables, all 26 cluster variables from academic to updates. We're going to click them, and if you just hit the top and the bottom, click shift and the top and the bottom, you can get them all. We're going to extract two factors to keep things simple. Under results, we're going to say we'd like loadings only, and we want to sort the loadings, and we want to zero out any loadings with less than a 4.4 coefficient. So we're going to hit OK. And we also want to store, since we're going to extract two factors, we want to store them in C50 and C50, column C50 and column C51. So you can write that there. Hit OK. And now we're going to let it rip and see what we find. Okay, so it's extracted two factors. And you see, in the first factor, if you're high on information, you're high on academic, but you're low on character, and you are high on syntactic complexity, and you're low on first person, and you're high on future, which means that one set of texts bundle information, academic language, and syntactic complexity. This looks a little bit like the Hillary Clinton when she's senator. You know, it's except that was public and academic and syntactic complexity. But nonetheless, this is information, academic, and syntactic complexity. And on the other side, we have character, we have first person, and those are the two. And actually information, we have information, academic, syntactic complexity, and future. Now let's go to ANOVA, a statistic called ANOVA, and see if those really separate fake and real news. So we're going to hit the response, and the response will be factor 1. And the factor will be group. And now we're going to see if they actually distinguish the groups. And wow, do they distinguish the groups. Notice that if you are high, if you have lots of information and academic and future and syntactic complexity, you're much more likely to be real news. On the other hand, if you have things like character, you're likely to be fake news. That's people. You're talking about people, so it's maybe more gossipy. Let's see, it's character and it's first person. So first person and talking about people, more likely to be fake news. Now, we could just leave it at that, but if we take these variables and actually copy them so that we have them in a sheet where we can remember them, so I would write them down, we can actually do a statistic called discriminant analysis to see how well what we caught from the factor actually discriminates. So what we want to do is, the groups are going to be the groups again. The predictors are going to be exactly what we saw. The predictors are going to be academic. Actually, we should probably put the predictors in the order in which they appear here. Well, it probably doesn't matter. Let's just do it this way. Academic, information, well, future, information, character, academic, future, information, character, and syntactic complexity. Now, this is giving this program these variables that the factor analysis said really differentiate fake and real news at a high level of significance. And now we're going to put them to discriminant analysis and say, if you just had these variables, you know, academic, information, future, and syntactic complexity favor real news. Character, oh, we forgot first person. Character and first person favors fake news. So let's see, and we want to use cross-validation for reasons I'll just talk about in class if I haven't already talked about it. And I'm going to hit OK. And you can see that with cross-validation, which is a more accurate test, the way to read this chart is the program assigned, it put in the group fake news 396 articles that were in fact truly fake news. Okay? And it put into the group Reuters 54 articles that were truly fake news. So in other words, it got out of 450 articles, it classified 396 correctly as fake news, and it classified 54 incorrectly as Reuters when they were actually fake. Okay, and so you're getting 396 out of 450, and your percentage of correctness is 88%. Here in Reuters, it means that you're putting into the group of fake news 20 articles that were actually Reuters, and you're putting into the group Reuters 430 articles that were actually Reuters. So out of 450 articles, you're classifying 430 incorrectly. So you're getting 95 or actually 96% round-off accuracy. So that is a very good indication that the factor scores are really good discriminators, and you can go with them. So we're going to stop the video here, and then I'm going to proceed from there.